Hi, it's Chris from Epix Systems again, and this video is all about issuing a job out to an operative. We're going to pick up the job process at the point that we have created the job, and we're now at the stage that we want to give the job to an operative or an engineer to do the works. Now there are a couple of ways of issuing jobs out. Essentially the process is the same, but the way you go about it may be slightly different from organisation to organisation, just depending on your internal processes and how you schedule your works for your operatives. I'm going to find the jobs that I want to issue out using the list of items requiring action, and I should be looking under the heading of awaiting allocation. So all jobs that status awaiting allocation are the ones which are yet to be issued to an operative. So clicking on those, I get a full list of all appointments that are waiting to be booked. I can of course sort by dates received or target dates, or I can use the filters up here to find the jobs that I want to issue. I'm going to go for this job here for Epix Systems for now, and there are a couple of ways that I could issue this job out. If I scroll over here to the right hand side, there is an issue button, and also if I was to go into the job itself, on the job sheet I can then click issue job, and both those buttons do exactly the same thing. So clicking issue job, this launches the issue job screen, where we can review at the top of the page here the general details about the job itself, any contact details should you wish to contact the client or the asset contact prior to issuing the job. Also, if this job had been issued previously, you would also see any current operatives that are issued to the job. And scrolling down, we can then see the calendar view as for availability for the relevant trades and the depot perhaps that you're doing this work for. So to explain in a little more detail the issue job screen on this area here, what we're looking for with the yellow bar is that we are looking for the trade of the job. So if we scroll up to the top here, we can see that this job is a plumbing job. So when we're showing you the list of available operatives in the calendar view here, we're looking for plumbers. Likewise, because we have contractor and depots set up within this demo system, we're also looking for any operatives that are designated to work for both these contractor and depots. So we're looking for quality homes, the head office in Manchester, and useful only means the trade. So if I was to untick useful only and press refresh, that would then look for any other trade types associated with this depot. As you can see, there aren't any in this instance, but if I was to maybe move the depot off and press refresh, as you can see now, we've now got a larger list of operatives to choose from. Putting back in the depot of head office and also useful only, and pressing refresh again, that limits our list to the 2 plumbers that work for these contractor and depots. Using the drop down pick lists here, we can change the month or the year that we're looking at, and also using the arrow keys here we can cycle through weeks to see availability in the coming weeks, and we can move backwards and forwards there. The yellow button here reveals weekends, and then we can hide them. Now there is a system option in place that influences whether or not weekends are available by default. So if you do work weekends, as a general rule, we can set it so that they always show. Or like it is in this current system here, in order to show weekends you have to press the button. Of course there are other filters that we can use here as well. So if you wanted to find a specific operative, you could type their name in here and then press refresh to find them. And we can also use filters to show apprentices, and also to include subcontractors in our search as well. Now to explain the different colours and the key to what the symbols mean on the calendar view itself. So first of all, the bar on each of the operative days indicates their workload for that day. So where it's solid green like this, that means that they have currently got a clear day. No appointments have been booked in taking up any of their time. Where a portion of their day has been filled in with red, the red indicates busy time. If you see blue on here, then this would be an absence, such as a holiday or an appointment booking that you've put in for that operative. Also, the shading of the background of the calendar days, as you can see over here, this is in red. This means that that is outside of the target date of the job. The ones that are in yellow are within the target date, and also a trade match for the operative. If I scroll over to next week, we can see that this also falls within the trade and target date, but if I scroll to the week after, we can see now that the days have been shaded in differently, which indicates that we are outside of the target date. So returning back to the current week, we can see that this week is within, but obviously prior to today is not. To explain the star ratings, the stars indicate the proximity to the operative to the job. So as you can see on the calendar view here, these operatives have already got jobs issued to them for these days, and the star rating indicates the distance between the current job and the job that we are trying to issue. Now if they haven't got any jobs in there, but they've also got their home postcode or your depot postcode stored against their record, then we would also display a proximity rating for that. Say for the first job of the day, if it was very close to their home address, they would have a 5-star rating for that. But an operative who lives further away from that job, theirs would be obviously a slightly less star rating. These star ratings can also be defined within the system options, so we have these currently set to the maximum of distance of 50 miles, but we could increase that or decrease that depending on the sorts of work you do and how far away you travel from your location. So let's say I want to issue this for today. I can see here that Fred has already got 2 jobs issued for today, but he's a very close postcode match. So if I click on this day, this will launch this window here where we can see what jobs he's already got booked in and what slots they're booked in for, enabling us to choose a slot here, or choose an anytime appointment, or indeed overtype the time completely and choose a time here. So let's say I want to book this one in here on the 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock slot. I can click on that, and that then adds this to the newly issued operatives list. So in the list of newly issued operatives, we can see here that we've got the date that we want them to attend, also the time, the slot that we selected if we are using slots in the system, and then the estimated duration of the job. Now this is taken usually from the sum of the estimated time on the SOR codes that might be on the job. If you're not using that, then it could well be taken from the system option, which influences the default length of job, but you can of course change that at this point, and this is measured in minutes. So if you wanted that to be on a 2-hour window, you would put 120 minutes like this. The tick box here indicates whether it's an appointment or not. So if you tick that, it will flag on the device for the operative that this is an appointment where you've been arranged with the resident or the site owner that you're going to be there at 10 o'clock, and that will show as a different icon on the mobile app. The repeat in number of days will repeat this job issue for the number of days that you specify here. So if you were issuing this like we are now on a Wednesday and we wanted them to attend on Thursday and Friday as well, then we would type in here the number 2 to repeat this for a further 2 days. Of course we can cancel to select a different operative, or if we're happy we can press continue. But also it is possible to add this to more than one operative by selecting another one and choosing a time, and as you can see here now we've got 2 operatives that we're going to issue to. Now I only want to do the one, so I'm going to cancel this second one, and then I press continue up here to confirm the issue. And as we can see now, this job has gone to the status of issued, and the section on the job sheet for issued operatives has got the issue slot that we've just put in. Here we can see status issued. And again from this screen here, By pressing the delete button, we can cancel that issue and take it from their diary. Now this job is at status issued, it's no longer appearing on the items requiring action widget on the dashboard. So if we press the home button and we refresh our operative status widget, if we wish, we can look here and see that Fred, who is the person I issued that to, has got 15 jobs issued to him. And if I just sort these in a different order, we can see here, this is the job I've just issued to him, and we can see that there, ready for him to pick up when he next does a dial on his mobile app. And that's the process for issuing a job. Now of course there are other things that you can do with a job issue, such as cancelling the visit, repeating visits, reissuing jobs, and of course reviewing what you've issued using the diary screen. But I'll cover all those in the next video. As ever, any questions about anything you've just seen, then do give us a shout, we'll be happy to help.